established for the students to strengthen civil engineering skill in them and to serve as a training ground to enhance their personal growth through social, career, and academic oriented activities and on fixed knowledge practices. We, the SS Club, constantly organize insightful events like quiz, webinar, debates, and fun events. Now, moving on to our today's event, Extempo. The Extempo speech is intended to reveal a competitor's ability to develop a point of view on a general topic and to deliver an impromptu speech within limited preparation time. Before calling the participants, let me introduce the panel of juries for today's event. Dr. Sudesh Sangwan ma'am and Dr. Suryabhan sir. Our chief guest for today's event is our HOD sir, Dr. Rishabh Garg, Meenu Karla ma'am and Niveda ma'am. So we welcome all our respected ma'am and sir. Now the rules for today's extempore are participants has to speak only in English. Maximum time limit to think over the topic will be 2 minutes and the maximum time for speech will be 4 minutes. The participants will be given topic only once and it will not be changed. Participants will not be allowed to take any paper or read from the online material with him or her during the speech. It is mandatory for each participant to switch on their camera. Now, before starting the event, I like to share the PPT from which the participant will choose the topic. Now, first of all, I would like to invite Aditya Kumar Chaudhary from Triple E second year. Please welcome Aditya Kumar Chaudhary. I think so. He is not present here till now. So, our next participant is Ankur Gupta, who is from CSE.
Yes,
Kindly switch on your camera.
one minute.
Okay. Now, as you know the rules, you have to choose a number from this, and the topic will be allotted from this number.
Okay.
Yes. Choose a number.
Yes, I choose a number.
What?
Three.
Three. Okay. And your topic is privatization of government sector. And your time starts now for thinking. 2 minutes are allotted. Privatization of government sector. Please don't switch off your camera. Ankur Gupta. Don't switch off your camera. Please turn your camera on.
It's also count those who not open their camera.
1 minute, please, sir.
Your 1 minute is over. Now 1 minute are only left.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Can you please elaborate that topic? I am not clear about it.
Sorry, already it is mentioned that topic will not be changed.
No, I'm not asking for change. I'm just clear about it.
Agamya sir, Saurabh sir, Riya ma'am.
I think he's trying to say he wants to see the topic once again. So please tell him the topic once again.
Okay, wait. Your topic is privatization of government sector.
Yeah. Sir,
Yes.
sir, can you explain what it is means? I'm not clear.
It means that the government is doing privatization of the government sectors like PSUs, railways, etc.
No. Means my means is that what the means of privatization words here.
Agamya sir.
Yes, let him give some time. Think about it later. Next, the next question, and if
Okay sir.
he's done, and answer.
Now moving on to our next participant, Anuj Patel. He is from Triple E second year. Anuj Patel. I think he is not present here. So let's move to our next participant, Arpit Mishra. He is from Civil second year. Arpit Mishra.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah,
let me.
right. Am I visible to everyone?
Yes, yes. You are visible. Now you have to choose a topic from the presentation.
Yeah, I just go for a number 7.
Okay. Wait. Number 7.
Yeah, number 7.
And your topic is unemployment in India. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Yeah, I'm just ready with my presentation. Can I start it?
Yes, you can start. Your speech time is started.
Okay, so my speech time will be near about 5 minutes, I guess.
4 minutes, and your time has
No,
started.
no, if I'm just starting 1 minute before, so I supposed to get. Is it so or not?
No, actually 2 minutes are allotted for thinking, and maximum 4 minutes for speech delivery.
Okay.
Okay, your time starts now.
Okay, so as the topic is unemployment in India, so basically what I think is the unemployment is not what we actually get it from the first day or just starting from the age of 18. It is the basically thing that needs to be grow from a starting age only. What I am guessing is unemployment in today's world, what especially in India, is because what we have done in the past 15 years, we haven't focused on the things that really relevant to give the job opportunities. We were just focused on the things like giving the knowledge basic book based knowledge, just reading a particular content in the ncrt, nothing more than that. But what we can see right now today, there is a Byju's app and many other things, opportunities are presenting in India that will to produce a kind of job opportunities. More than that, nowadays you can also see that the government is not focusing on giving the employment to the people. Rather than they are focusing on the concept that yeah, they have to build a such thing that a person should develop an employment by himself only. So the basic need of unemployment or the basic growth that where the word has employment came into the India, yeah, population is one of the thing that I can consider it. But apart from this population, it is the level of education what we are giving from the primary ages. Just considering sector of primary only, we are spending crores of rupees in UP government for a primary school. And what kind of education we are giving to those children, you also know, we also know. This is a open and clear things that we can visible it. They are not able to write their name properly. A student who is of class 5th is not able to write their name properly. They are not able to just say the, you can say, they are not able to have a tables or English words or nothing else. So they, if education is not there, so who is going to give you the jobs? This is the basic thing. Even after the level of BTech in some of our private college as well as many other private college are there, they are not providing that much of knowledge, that much of abilities, that much of concentrate units that need to be given for a particular guy in order to get that or achieve that particular point. So there is a saying, when you are capable, so nothing can stop you. But when you are not capable, no one can give you anything. So this is the basic fact, that we are always blaming, we are in the need, that we always want something from others. We are not in that part. Like suppose if you will go to the Malaysia or US or any other country, there they focus on that how person should live on his own basis. They don't depend on government or any other things for where we have to get like. But in India, the basic problem is that people don't want to do anything. They just want to sit and they just want to have anything in their cup or two of spoons only. So this is the thing. And apart from this, the basic need, what I think the conclusion to the point of unemployment is that if we will improve our education sector, unemployment will definitely 110% will, the ratio of unemployment will goes down, and everyone will have a sufficient things. Like what have been compared with employment, what I have remembered in class 10th book was there, having a car in India is a one of the richest thing, but not having a car in USA you will consider as a poor. So this is the difference between the mentality of foreign countries and India countries. So apart from this also, we always work for a thing how much time is left? Hello.
30 seconds.
Okay, so I would just conclude all the things on the one particular basis. If we will go for a thing for what we can get the employment, or we focus that how we can grow the employment in our country, definitely the basic of this employment will goes down. And if we will focus on education system more, that's why the IITians have got the good opportunities, because they get the kind of education. They also do the BTech, we also do the BTech. But the difference is doing the kind of BTech is totally different. So that's why their job security is somewhere very high. If we
Your
will
time
implement,
is up.
oh,
Thank you so much,
I want to
Arpit.
say. Okay, so could I just shut down my camera?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Arpit.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Now, moving on to our next participant, Arun Kumar. Arun Kumar. I think he is not present here. So, moving on to our next participant, Ashish Kumar Yadav. Ashish Kumar Yadav. He also has not joined yet. So, let us move to our next participant, Ayush Kumar Mishra. Ayush Kumar Mishra. He is also not present. So, let's move to our next participant, Ayush Sharma.
Yes.
Yes, kindly switch on your camera, Ayush Sharma. Okay, now is the screen visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, kindly choose a number.
So 16.
Okay, wait. And your topic is lockdown should be imposed or not according to current scenario.
Okay.
Your thinking time is started.
कंट्रोल है नहीं.
Sir, I'm ready. May I start?
Yes, you can start.
Sir, so talking about the lockdown, which should be imposed or not, it well actually depends upon the places to places in India. Like in some places, the literacy is good, and the people are able to know that when they have to get outside of their home and they have to maintain the social distancing or not. Like places, like even there might be some places in MP or some particular states in India, but there are also states where people are not that literate enough and they don't know much more about coronavirus and their causes because they might have not have seen the people dying. So in that places, people do not respect any of the government policies, like they do not even maintain the social distancing and does not wear the mask. So in that cases, I believe so that the lockdown should be there. And talking about in everyday cases, lockdown should not be there because newer generations like us, we know that okay, we have to take all the precautions. So for us, maybe we can like take precautions. So for us students, it really depends. But talking about in general, I guess there should be lockdown because in these days, currently situations, the cases are increasing and it's just skyrocketing every day. Like 3 to 4 lakhs people are just getting coronavirus and and especially the oxygen level, that oxygen tank is running out of uh, quantity right now because people are in not getting beds also, and some people are not getting enough oxygen also. They are allowed, like they have the chance to be saved, but still because of some things which is like a necessity, they are not getting their need or requirement. So because of them, they're dying. Lockdown has impacted a lot of people. I know like most people think that no, it should not be implemented, and some people think it should be implemented. It well actually depends upon person to person. But from my point of view, it should be implemented in some region very strictly, and some region where the cases are not like increasing very popular. Then in that cases, the lockdown should be there like for a couple of times, or maybe Saturday, Sunday, or depending upon like a day time in a day, like they can have lockdown in the evening time or morning time slot where the people are most busy, or they just want to go for hangout or whatever reason. And social, and if there is not lockdown in any particular city or state, then there should be a very strict rule that okay, they have to maintain 5 or whatever distance it is, they have to maintain the distance, and all the precautions should be taken. Because if they're not taking and lockdown is not imposed over there, then they should give the high fine. So I guess lockdown should be imposed in some of this state or city, and should not be in some of the state and country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ayush Sharma. Now, moving on to our next participant, Bhartindu Singh.
Yes.
Please switch on your camera.
Yeah. Am I visible?
No.
I have switched on my camera.
Yes, you are visible.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as you know, you have to choose a number for your topic.
Yes.
Kindly choose a number.
Actually, number 4. Your screen is not visible to me. Number 4.
Okay. Is it visible to everyone else? Wait, 1 second. Is screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4. Your topic is corruption is the root cause of Indian economy slowdown.
Actually, okay. I'll speak. I'll think for 2 minutes, but still your screen is not visible to me. Okay.
Okay. Topic is corruption is the root cause of Indian economy slowdown.
Okay. Yeah, it is now visible.
Okay. Corruption is the root cause of Indian economy slowdown. Your time for thinking is over. Now it's time for speech delivery. Your time starts now.
So, as you all know, my topic is corruption is the root cause of Indian economic slowdown. So, it is one of the reasons, but it is not actually the reason. There are very many reasons as well. For example, the reason number one is that education of the people. In India, according to very many surveys, 90% of the youth which is graduated are not skillful to get the employ are not skillful to get the employed. And the other reason is the social causes like coronavirus, natural calamities like coronavirus, earthquakes. These are the also reason. And the third reason is international our relationship with the international allies. For example, China is making CPEC corridor so that the traffic of our Indian Ocean reduces by 50%, and because of that, our economy is also slowing down. So for that, India is also trying to counter it through Gwadar port, which is in Iran. And because of this coronavirus also not even in India but throughout the world, the economy has slowed down because people are dying, people are not able to go for the work, and people are not able to go for the work, they are not able to spend their money they are not able to spend their money in hangouts or in movie theaters or very many places. And people and the major factor is corruption is also one of them, because where if Indian government is spending 1 rupee for the benefits of the people, then just 50 paisa is only reaching to the people. So yeah, it is one of the reasons, but there are very many reasons as well. Now I would like to reinstate my point, what I said so far. First thing is that education is the major factor. Since people are not educated as well, they are not skillful, so that they are rather than being an asset to the country, they are liability to the country. Second thing are ties with the international allies, because every other nation is also thinking of their benefit as well. So it depends upon the give and take relationship with the other countries. Now, third point is the natural calamities like coronavirus earthquakes, floods, etc., etc. And the fourth and the last reason, according to me, is corruption. Because if all the upper three reasons will be corrected, then automatically there will be a very fast growth in the Indian economy. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Bhartendu Singh. Moving on to our next participant, I would like to call Harsha Verma.
Yes.
Kindly switch on your camera. Choose a number for topic.
8.
Okay. Your topic is, are scores a good measure of intelligence? Your time for thinking is over. Kindly start your speech.
In my opinion, no, the mark scores are not important. They do not measure the intelligence of a person. But at the same time, a good score, if you are getting a good score, that's good for you. But because most of the jobs or the, it's the only criteria for to pass. So I think, yeah. So I think it's but it shouldn't be the only thing, only criteria. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you so much. Now moving on to our next participant, I would like to call Ishika Goyal. Kindly choose a number for your topic.
11.
11. Okay. The topic is parents need to stop forcing their own dreams on their children.
Should I speak?
Yes, you can.
Hello everyone, I am Ishika Goyal and the topic is parents should not impose their dreams on their children's. Okay. So according to me, our dreams drives our lives. So children should always drive their life according to their needs and their career. Dreams provide sense of stability in the unstable and unpredictable times, but sometimes parents' expectations become a burden on children's and their dreams. So many, especially in India, there is a parents tend to impose their dreams on their children's, and they want their parents want their children's that they should not take their decisions on their own. Rather, parents will take the decisions for their kids when it especially when it comes to their career building, while they intend to make their children doctors, engineers, scientists, without knowing what their children want to be in their life. And I think forcing their parents should not force their children in opting the career according to parents. Especially in our country, the common mentality among parents is that kids are too immature to choose their career on their own, and they think that kids are no very much immature to choose what is good and what is bad for them. But this is not true enough. A hand that could paint beautiful paintings is handed a stethoscope. What I mean with this, that parents only want their children to be doctors, engineers, and scientists only. They don't want their children to go in other fields like painting, dancing, singing, as they think that these fields could not make their career so bright. Can a person who is made to give up on their dreams for the sake of a secure career ever find happiness? No, I don't think so. Is it fair of parents to force children to choose the career according to their parents? Uh, for this question, I would like to answer that no, parent should not force, as it's students' life, and I think they should choose the career on their own, as they have to go ahead in their life, not the parents have to go ahead in their life. So I think parents should not force their children's, and be it a kid of a neighbor, a relative, or their friend. Indian parents enter their children into unsolicited competition with every child. They used to compare their own child with others' child, like Sharma's child is doing this. Why are you not doing this or that? I think this is the worst thing that to Indian parents are doing with their children. With differing interest, contrasting learning speeds, and distinct retaining powers, everyone is unique and everyone has their own dreams. So
Time's up.
this constant, okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, moving on to our next participant, I would like to call Mrinalini Chauhan.
Yes.
Kindly switch on your camera.
Yeah.
Kindly choose a number for your topic.
12.
12. Okay. Your topic is video game violence causing violent kids.
Alright.
Time's up. Now
Alright.
your time starts for speech delay.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mrinalini Chauhan, and I'm a BTech IT student. My topic for today is video game violence is turning into a violence in daily lives, and like that's similar to that. I am talking about literally about my brother right now, and I have seen a lot of people, be it a 5-year-old kid or 25-year-old man, and all the kids and all the people here are running after PS4s and PS5. All the tasks you see in video games, they are generally based on killing one other characters in the video games, which is literally they are losing hopes in their daily lives, and which increases aggression in their day-to-day lives. I talk about my brother. He's literally 12 years old, and when he plays the video games, he gets so aggressive sometimes, and he gets so intimidating that sometimes he gets so loud, and it's very difficult to control him. And I have seen a lot of people who are 25, 28, and they're running after PS5s, wasting their money on video games and turning out to be violent and aggressive. People have burden and responsibilities in their real life, and which is kind of responsibility and which is difficult for them to carry out, so they try to lighten their mood with playing video games. But what it is in there in the video games, it is just people fighting with each other and uh, killing each other, and that is what they're turning out in their real life. They portray the things they see on the video game in the real life, which is really wrong. Like, people are killing themselves in their fight, and then they want the same thing in their real life, which is very, very wrong. According to me, you should play games which includes your mind and lighten your mood, and give you knowledge instead of fighting and killing characters in the video game. It is really very wrong, because then you don't know the value of a life. If you're killing a person in a video game, killing a character, then you get happy, which is like really wrong. How can you be happy after killing someone, after taking someone's life? You need to value life. You can't take it as a normal thing, like killing someone is a normal thing. That's not how it's supposed to be. And I think people games with mind, and which is knowledgeable to them, instead of killing characters. And I guess these days a lot of people play video games, and they just kill characters and nothing else is done in their video games. So value life and don't be violent, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now I'll request Mohammad Tawheed. I think he's not present. So, moving on to our next participant, I'd like to call Piyush Kumar. He is also not present. So, moving on to our next participant, I would like to call Ramakant Sharma. Ramakant Sharma. So, I think he is also not present. So, I'd like to call our next participant, Shakshi Maurya. Moving on to our next participant, I would like to call Sarthak Kushwaha.
Hello, sir.
Yes, kindly switch on your camera.
Just yeah.
Okay. Okay. Kindly choose a number for the topic.
I'll go with 15.
Okay. The topic is smoking in all public places should be made illegal. Time's up. Now your time for speech delivery starts.
So I'm audible, right? Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, good evening, everyone. This is Arthur Kushwaha from CSC Department, third year. As you all know, my topic for extempore is to smoking should be banned from public places. Well, in my opinion, I believe smoking shouldn't be banned from the public places, but it should be banned from all over the country. As the stat shows, 7.1 million deaths are people are dying globally on because of the smoking, and nearly every years we are losing billions of life, not just due to this smoking, but also by the other causes like tobacco, smoking, and other drug users. Like example, we have seen in the latest news that New Zealand had announced, and they are working on the laws that the persons which are born after the age of 1999 or something, they will not be allowed to buy a cigarette from any place. As so their main aim is to create a generation that is a smoking free. So I would believe on that statement, and I think that not only we should ban the things from the not we should only not we should only ban the selling of this of smokes of cigarettes in the public area. We should ban them completely, and because we are currently we are losing millions of life each and every day. The current stats of COVID-19 presents that we are having nearly 25,000 of death each and every day. So are not we losing enough of peoples each and every day? So we create a new scenario, or we give a new weapons to the people to just go and kill themselves. So uh, those points I should rest my case, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sarthak Kushwaha. Suyesh Vikram Singh. Suyesh Vikram Singh, you are not audible.
Hello.
Yes, yes, now you are audible. Kindly switch
Oh.
on your camera.
Okay. Is it okay? Am I visible?
Okay, okay. I'm sharing my screen.
Yes.
Kindly choose a topic.
I will go with the one.
One. Okay. The topic is
cheat.
Students that study online cheat more.
Okay. Can I start right now? Hello. Hello.
Yes, 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 you can start. Your time starts now.
Okay. So first of all, good afternoon, good evening to everyone present over here. I'm Sushikam Singh from IT branch. As you know, my topic is that student cheats more in online mode. Yeah, I agree with that. That students cheat a lot in in online mode. But behind that, there are few reasons. So I will have to justify that. First of all, the reason is that the concepts are now not much clear in online mode because the kind of interaction between teachers and students they don't have an interaction between a proper interaction or proper communication with teachers. So there is a lack of information also. And the second thing I'll go with that the students few students who do not study or really do not go with the studies, they cheat a lot over there. And the main reason behind the main reason behind the cheating is that the uh, so actually I don't have enough content about that, so that's why I'm organizing about that. And yeah, I would love to tell that one of I was reading one of the article on the internet that IIT has claimed that the students are cheating a lot on internet just because of the online mood. So thank you. Actually, I'm not having a proper content about that. This is kind of a weird topic for me. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, as moving on to the end of the topic, I would like all the contestants and judges to open their camera, and I would like Suryabhan sir, please share your opinion. Sir.
Yeah. I hope I'm audible to you all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I have turned on my camera as well, so I am pretty sure that I'm visible to you all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. It was a very great time, and all of you have given very good presentation as well within some time framework. I'll give some suggestion to all of you. Though it was extemporaneous, but at the same time it was impromptu speech delivery. Okay, so within 2 minutes you have to prepare and you have given the delivery. It was excellent. I had taken some criterias. So there are few students, they haven't, when you are communicating with someone, the basic rule for the communication, you should greet first, right? So all of you, there are many students, they have missed it. And the body language, which was with many students, many participants, they have missed it. And overall it was good, but it's good if you prepare with that. So any speech all the time, take first thing what the topic is and give the intro of that, and then discuss what is it, it's the pros and cons, then summarize. So you can get more than 5 minutes to time to speak. You can get the content. There was a lot of students even who were saying that I don't have enough content to speak up. So if you plan accordingly, then you will get a lot of content to speak up. And you see this kind of topics, you need to be aware of your society and other practical things that collect the information. You need to aware of the things, what is happening around us. So all the topics were very relevant to the present scenario, and it was wonderful. And I just encourage all of you, you have done very good job, and just keep it up and prepare well, so that when you next time go somewhere or you participate in any presentation, make sure that you are you have the lot of much and sufficient content to give the presentation. So thank you, Omkeshwar. It was a wonderful session, and thank you for inviting us.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable time and sharing your precious knowledge. Now, I would like to call Sudesh ma'am.
Good afternoon to all of you. I hope I'm audible to all.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it was a great show. Well presented by all the students, and the host Omkeshwar has done it very well. And it is the the first thing that on the online platform students are speaking like this. It's really that they are getting a chance to interact with the teachers and to share their views and all the valuable thoughts with us. As Dr. Surya Bhan told us the many things regarding that. That's good. There are some shortcomings, but we should always think positive. And overall, it was really a great show. All the just keep it up, all of you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would request all the judges and participants to please open their camera. The result will be declared on our Instagram page of ACES. Thank you everyone for giving your valuable time, and hope everyone is doing best and everyone is safe. Thank you so much
for this wonderful. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Omkeshwar, for bringing this kind of platform for the students, and they can participate during this pandemic situation where everyone is getting in very negative. So thank you so much, making us spark and be active even during this pandemic situation. So thank you, all of you. Keep move ahead. So now we can leave.
Yes, sir. Let's end.
Oh, okay. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.